Today on Getting Real with the Housewives, Teresa Giudice feels bad for Louie as Kelly Ben-Simone opens up about her breakup. Plus, Drew Sidora says her ex is living in the basement, while Garcelle reveals who is stirring the pot on Beverly Hills, and we have Kyle Richards' reaction to Mauricio kissing someone else. And Jennifer Pedranti reveals where things stand between she and Tamra Judge.
I don't even want to just attempt that anymore. I want to see the friendship for what it is. I want to see the person for who they are.
We got that plus so much more on today's Getting Real with the Housewives. Everyone, and welcome to Getting Real with the Housewives. I'm Christina, and we have some big news this week. But before we get into it, I wanted to see what you had to say about last week's show. I asked you what you wanted to see with the upcoming season of New Jersey, and there was a lot of comments and a lot of opinions, which I love to see. Jamie says, Rachel and Danielle are both juvenile, and I can't stand their middle school behavior. John Fuda must go, considering how the truth has come out, showing he and Rachel are pathological liars. If Jennifer isn't coming back, then Danielle must be fired too. Okay, interesting. Another user says, bye Teresa and Melissa, keep everyone else. While Jeannie says it would be interesting Jersey dynamics if Teresa leaves. Teresa could have a 10-minute family update every now and then. She and her daughters together are her saving grace. Something tells me Teresa would probably never be a friend of, so I think it's probably all in or all out for Teresa. But we'll have to wait and see what happens. I think that this is going to be interesting. They did film that reunion. I think Jennifer recently said that it was a pleasurable experience, which we don't really like to hear when it comes to reunions. So we'll have to see what happens. The fate of New Jersey is in Andy Cohen's hands. All right, well, let's continue on the Jersey train because Teresa Giudice may be used to the spotlight, but her husband, Louie, isn't too comfortable with it. She exclusively opened up to Us Weekly at Jill Zarin's luxury luncheon, and she said to us about how she wished she helped Louie deal with the limelight. When asked if she was prepared for him to be on the Bravo show, she said, I feel bad for him. Poor guy had to go through people hurting him in my world. I'm sorry. Louie confessed, I didn't do enough research on the show before I got on. I just led with my heart. Today is the day without any superficial people around us, so we're good. I feel like Louie is adjusting nicely to the limelight. Yes, he's been in the hot seat several times. Not on the best of terms with a lot of people, but I think that he's handled this in the best way, shape, or form. But yes, he's had some lawsuits kind of thrown his way and, dealing with everything that comes being Teresa's husband. It's been an adjustment, I'm sure. All right, well, Kelly Ben-Simone opened up about her split from Scott Littner to the Daily Mail after he did not want to sign that prenup. She said, I'm obviously extremely disappointed, but it's not something that just happened. This is something that was building up over time, and the prenup was a big deal for me. It's like when you're a single parent, whether you have thousands in your account or you have 100 million in your account, women are going to need to protect themselves, and I'm just not going to take a risk. Now, the New York City alum called off her wedding in June, just 4 days before the scheduled ceremony. According to Kelly, choosing to walk away from Littner has opened up a lot of doors for her personally. She added, I guess the biggest takeaway from this is just about protecting myself and my friends and being a solid female that people can come to. She is currently single and plans to take these lessons into future relationships. Hey, when you know something is not right for you, better to walk away before she walked down the aisle. And, the fact that he wouldn't sign that prenup is a big red flag. So I'm glad Kelly realized this before she got married. And it seems like, hopefully, she will be in a much better place. Well, not in a better place is Drew Sidora because she kept it real when it comes to her divorce from her estranged husband, Ralph. She told People magazine, it's still not settled. And yes, we're still living together under the same roof. The Housewives of Atlanta star went on to share that her current situation came as a bit of a shock, telling the outlet, I didn't even know that could happen. I was like, what? As for the living situation, even though the two are living in the same home, they are not sharing the same bedroom. She said he is living in the basement, and that was court ordered. She said that the situation has just been crazy. She's saying it'd be much easier if we were able to move on separately, out of sight, out of mind, with your own space and your own energy, but that's clearly not in the cards. So sharing space has been a double whammy. We're kind of like the blueprint for a shit show divorce, she joked. Now, he filed for divorce back in February of 2023, and he marked their separation date as February 23rd and declared in the paperwork that there was no chance or hope of reconciliation. I mean, they've been Separated for well over a year, about a year and a half, and to still be living under the same roof, it has to be really uncomfortable. I'm not really sure what the ins and outs are of what is going on in their situation and why they're not living separately, but it seems like this is a very toxic situation. Hopefully they can resolve it soon. All right, well, Garcelle Beauvais is promising plenty of fireworks on the new season of Beverly Hills. So excited. She told us, "Let me tell you, the pot is stirred in so many different directions. I'm not just one person. I mean, we're not done shooting, but I would say give it up to my girl Sutton. It is going to be really juicy, and I'm really excited." She teased, "I'm excited for people to meet Bose and Jennifer Tilly, who brings a really cool vibe, and of course Kathy. I think it's going to be a really strong season." As we know, cracks began to show between Kyle and Derick during last season's reunion. Kyle told us in June that things between she and Derick were not good. So we had to ask Garcelle if there was hope for a reconciliation. She said, "I think there's going to be some light at the end of the tunnel. I can't tell you between whom, but I think what's great about our show, the base of it is still friendship." She added, "We're not just trying to take each other down just for the sake of doing that. I think there's also friendships that are being formed or redirected. That's what I love about the show." As long as Garcelle and Sutton are okay, then I'm okay. I love their friendship. I know her son just walked in Sutton's fashion show, so I'm hoping that things are still very good between them. And hopefully Kyle and Derick come to some sort of, resolution between their issues, because they're going through pretty much the same thing at the same time. So very excited for this upcoming season of Beverly Hills. Well, speaking of Kyle, she isn't letting Mauricio's Umansky's kiss with a mystery blonde get under her skin. So a source tells Us Weekly, Kyle doesn't let it bother her, but it of course stings a little hearing about Mauricio with someone new. It's never easy, but she maintains a positive attitude. The insider explains that Kyle and Mauricio have a don't ask, don't tell policy in their relationship right now, and that approach is working for them to maintain peace within the family. The source adds they are still getting their ducks in a row for the divorce. There are no plans to reconcile. As we know, Mauricio made headlines when he was seen kissing a woman at the airport in Mykonos. Per photos obtained by the Daily Mail, he and the woman embraced as she wrapped her arms around his neck and gave him a smooch. Yeah, I'm sure those images were jarring for her to see, but I mean, really, the two of them haven't been together in over a year. There's really no chance of reconciliation. Kyle's been on tour with Morgan Wade. We still don't really know what's going on there, but she's obviously spending a lot of time with Morgan this summer. And Mauricio is doing his own thing. So if they're separated, they have this don't ask, don't tell policy. So I guess, they're just moving on. She did take the word wife out of her Instagram bio. So, when it's out of the Instagram bio, it's official. All right, well, things are heating up in the OC, and while it may seem cordial between Jennifer and Tamara right now, things will definitely be taking a turn over the course of the season. Here's what Jennifer told us about the status of their friendship.
How are things with you and Tamara?
Gosh,
that's a
loaded question. It is what it is. Yeah. It's repeated patterns. It's good when it's good. Mm-hmm. She's a lot of fun, and it's really hard when it's hard.
Can you trust her?
No.
No, not at all.
Yeah, no, it's not a friend. I don't even want to just attempt that anymore. Mm-hmm. I want to see the friendship for what it is. Yeah. I want to see the person for who they are. Mm-hmm. And I wouldn't share anything like that. Yeah. Like I need to trust you situation with Tamara, no.
What kind of person do you think she is then?
I think Tamara is kind of like she likes one friend at a time. Mm. When she loves you, she loves you. When she's done with you, she's done with you. And it's hard.
Yeah. Have you talked to Tamara since she kind of led the charge about this?
No.
Mm-hmm. How does that? You said you're not surprised, but are you surprised a little bit? Because no.
And I'm fine with it. Yeah. It's like patterns repeat themselves. Okay, do it again. Okay, do it again.
Was it after that? Because I know we see in the trailer that the four of you have like this dinner. Was it after that night where she kind of like calls out like the FBI?
That dinner was a disaster.
Yeah.
Tamara really rails on Shannon for drinking, and I understand it's very different issues, but when Tamara drinks, she's an issue herself.
Sure.
And I do feel like the drinking is kind of gives her like this excuse to say what she wants to say and go as low as she needs to go. And the dinner was almost embarrassing. Katie and Matt had us in their home for the first time, and then the wheels fell off.
Yeah, wheels fell off. But
Yeah, I feel like that dinner party is definitely going to be a must-watch event, maybe another dinner party from hell. All right, wrapping up with our social spotlight of the week, and this was posted by comments by Bravo. A Bravo fan site asked the question, are you happy with Alexis being back on the OC? I love how Vicky commented with no, with a bunch of exclamation points. So now we know how Vicky feels about Alexis being back in the mix. As we know, Vicky and Shannon are very good friends, so of course she's going to take Shannon's side, but we always love a little comment from Vicky. Love to see it. All right, well, that is it for this week's episode of Getting Real with the Housewives. Keep commenting, keep subscribing, and we'll see you next week.